Peachtree Corners, your neighborhood. Peachtree Corners, where life is good. When you want to know what's happening and keep up with the times, come be a part of Peachtree Corners life.
You're listening to Peachtree Corners Live with Rico and Rita, the weekly internet radio show keeping you current on the interests of the people, places, and politics in the city of Peachtree Corners. Be inspired, stay current, and be informed. Visit our website, PeachtreeCornersLive.com, for ways to listen to our broadcast live every week or download our podcast from iTunes.
Hi, this is Rico Figliolini, host of Peachtree Corners Live. Thanks for joining me or downloading this podcast if you're not listening to it live. Of course, you can download this podcast almost anywhere you find podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio now, Spotify, iTunes. So wherever you would find a podcast, you could probably find Peachtree Corners Live. And I would appreciate if you do me a favor, and when you do that, leave a review. It's easier for other people to find the podcast at that point. Certainly, you can also follow us on Spreaker as well and download the app. That's probably a good way of doing it. Or like us on Facebook as well, because we do lots of Facebook live streams with interviews both on Thursday nights and even on noontime with some of the shows that I do. This week is sort of This Week in Peachtree Corners, plus the beginnings, the first episode of Explore Gwinnett's Top 10. And we're going to be doing this week is going to be the top 10 date nights, or date places, if you will, because some of it's daytime, but where you can bring your dates. And Victoria Hawkins from Explore Gwinnett joins me as host with this special monthly podcast that we're going to be doing. That's a 10-minute spot within the Peachtree Corners Live show. You could also find it online, and there'll be a video version of this podcast as well. In the meantime, let's move ahead and let's talk a little bit about what's going on in Peachtree Corners lately. And if you've been following around a little bit on PeachtreeCornersLife.com or my Facebook page or podcast, or even in the paper or online and other places, you might know that there's a new coding school that's opening up in Peachtree Corners. It's a special school that's going to be on the top floor, the second floor, if you will, above the city's incubator, Prototype Prime, and it's actually a partnership between Georgia Tech and Prototype Prime. The campus is at Prototype Prime. It's a coding school that Georgia Tech will be facilitating there. The Georgia Tech Boot Camp will be offering classes of 12 to 24 week-long programs that provide students with the fundamental skills and knowledge on the front end and back end web development. Great opportunity. This partnership is prime. Mayor Mike Mason has said that the partnership to provide this coding school is a natural fit, and Tech Park has had a long association with Georgia Tech, so it just makes a logical sense, especially since Paul Duke, who is considered a founder of Peachtree Corners, was also a Georgia Tech grad. And at an event recent in the past couple of weeks, where that announcement was made and there was a big ribbon cutting, there were some legendary figures that appeared at that event that were prime here in Technology Park, that were part of the 80s and 70s development of the PC. Dennis Hayes of Hayes Modem, Alan Ecker of Scientific Atlanta, Leland Strange, founder of Quadrum Corporation, among other people were there as well. So great opportunity. Classes begin in January. To find out more information, you can reach out and find more information at Georgia Tech. They have a page set up. It is called bootcamp.pe.gatech.edu/coding. So you should be able to find that there. Again, starts in January. It will be a challenging curriculum of quite a few things: MySQL, Mongo, Bookshelf, MeanStack, HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, jQuery. I could go down that list. Just a lot of stuff. An immersive boot camp that will make people be able to receive even a certification of completion from the Georgia Tech Professional Education Center. That this is what it's showcasing. So go check that out. What else is going on? Well, photography classes. If you're looking to learn a little bit about how to use the camera, photography and video, there's free classes that the city has been offering for quite a while over the past few months. One of them is actually taking place tonight. It's photography for beginners, and it's being held at City Hall. The next one, if you've missed tonight, obviously, is August 30th, and that's smartphone photography, and that's going to be held at City Hall as well. It's 6 to 9 p.m. It's a 3-hour class. The seats are limited to 40, so you need to register ahead of time to be able to do that. And, of course, bring your own smartphone, and you'll be able to learn a little bit about how to use that, how to create positive social media for your business if you're a business person. And great class they've been putting on, and that's being put on by Titan Pictures, the company that's been doing a lot of the corner pictures, videos for the city. So check that out. And for those that don't know, the Community Chest is a room. It's a really nice room, facility room in City Hall that's available for meetings and can accommodate up to 125 chairs with tables, or a room that has a capacity for 225 people. So if you're looking to put on an event, and you have chairs, tables, wireless microphone speakers, 2 70-inch displays, HDMI laptop connections, Wi-Fi, even a catering kitchen at an additional cost. You can rent that space from City Hall. Cost is inexpensive. It ranges from $25 an hour to $75 an hour, minimum of 2 hours if you want the after hours with catering kitchen available to you. So check it out. Go to the city's website. Something that if you own a business or if you're looking to do even a private event with a catered kitchen, it's a nice facility. You can use that. What's coming up at the next Planning Commission meeting that's being held August 21st at 7 p.m. at City Hall. There's several things going on. New business includes Lazy Dog Restaurant looking to request approval for their elevation plans for a proposed restaurant location at Peachtree Corners. If you're not familiar with Lazy Dog, it offers menus for pups and humans, as the AJC puts it, that's coming to Peachtree Corners. It is a California-based chain that features dog-friendly patio. So not only good food based on that menu that I've seen, but a great place to bring your pup to if you'd like, where they can be out on that patio in a dog-friendly environment, fire pit, lounge, even a dog menu with complimentary bowl of water and dishes such as plain brown rice and grilled hamburgers and chicken. So good things, 8,000 square feet, 250 customers can accommodate in that place. And they're looking for elevation approval come the 21st of August. City business also includes their other, if you will, city business stuff that has to be handled, and one of them has to deal with health club and spa use permits. Right now, if you want to do a health club spa, you are required to get a special use permit. And what they want to do is they want to separate the uses of health club and spas, two separate uses, so requiring a special use permit for spa uses just by itself. So they want to be able to separate that, and that they'll be discussing that on the 21st of August. Also, recreational vehicle parking. Seems like they want to be able to do to allow certain administrative variances for RV parking requirements, to adjust those criteria a little bit for those that may want to be parking their RV at home. So they're looking to adjust that a little bit. And then restaurant use in what's called M1, which is really a light industrial district. They want to be able to have an opportunity to add restaurants as part of a permitted use in M1. Right now it's restricted. Light industrial tends to be sort of office, warehouse type of places, but they want to be able to add that restaurant part of it as permitted use. So that's coming up. Those three city business items will be coming up in that Planning Commission meeting on August the 21st. So I've run through quite a few things going on. There are other things as well that you can get into, and I'll be posting it on PeachtreeCornersLife.com. That includes a harvest season celebration at the Gwinnett Environmental and Heritage Center There'll be a host of things going on in the Georgia parks as well. I'll be putting that on for those that may want to take a weekend trip to one of our great Georgia State parks. And also Gwinnett Animal Shelter will be joining Clear the Shelters program on Saturday. That's actually this Saturday, so if you miss it, it'll be this Saturday the 18th from 11 to 5 p.m. Adoptions and such going on there. You can visit the county's website and find out more information there as well. Again, lots of things going on, but I want to introduce the first part of 12 top 10 lists that I'll be putting together with Victoria Hawkins, who's with Explore Gwinnett. They've put together their list, and we go through it tonight. These are pre-recorded, and you'll see online on our Facebook page and the website, you'll see a video version of this as well. But I want you to, there's 10 places you can take your date, your spouse, your partner, your friends, couples to and do date night. 10 places that are some interesting spots in Gwinnett County I'm sure you'll enjoy. So listen up. Here you go.
Hi, welcome to Explore Gwinnett's Top 10. Every month we share with you some of the best places, events, and things to do in Gwinnett, Georgia's largest, most diverse county. Get to feel the small town heart that has a big city soul with hosts Victoria and Rico.
Hi, this is Explore Gwinnett's Top 10 list with my co-host, Victoria Hawkins. Thank you, Victoria, for coming out.
Of course, so happy to be here.
Yeah, this is cool. This is a beginning of our first of a series of these top 10s, and today is date night. And this will be interesting. So I looked through this list earlier with Victoria, and there's some of these places I wasn't familiar with, and darn if I'm not going to make sure I go to some of them. So that first one was really interesting because it's K1 Speed.
Yes, K1 Speed is actually an indoor go-kart track located in Duluth. So when people think of go-karts, a lot of times they think that's kids' stuff, not really for adults.
Slow
but not these go-karts. They go super fast. You have to have a license to drive most of them.
Really?
So teens and adults alike can both have fun doing it. Like I said, it's really, really easy to get to, located in Duluth right off Pleasant Hill Road.
Wow, that's close. And that high speed gets me. That think I'm going to have to go out there. High octane. The second one is a place that is actually in a former location of something similar. It's called Nitro Zone. Tell me about that.
Exactly. Nitro Zone is located right here in Peachtree Corners. It's a massive space with kind of everything you would want to do, like all the fun stuff. There's bowling. There are go-karts. There's also a full ninja course.
Like American Ninja?
Yes, like American Ninja. Rico, you look like you'd be ready for that one.
Yeah, that's me. Me and my 14-year-old will be just climbing those walls.
But you can imagine it makes a really fun date night. They also have a full bar.
Full bar. Okay, there you go. I got to do that with the full bar. That makes sense.
Don't mix those together.
That could be a dangerous mix. Nitro Zone, Peachtree Corners, like it. The next one is make something. I'd love to make things. So tell me about this, because there's a few places we can make things at.
Absolutely. There's lots of places around Gwinnett to make stuff with your date. The reason why that's a great idea is because it's always fun to be creative with your special someone, and then you also have a keepsake of the night, so you can always remember that date. Like I said, there's several places that you can go to do this. You might be familiar with Masterpiece Mixers.
Yes.
There's one in Suwanee, one in Lawrenceville, Snellville. That's where you can paint on canvas. There's also a place called Eye Candy Studio in Duluth. That's with the little pottery pieces. You go in, pick out whatever pottery piece you like, paint it. They put it in the kiln for you, and you come back a couple days later and pick it up.
Oh, neat. Almost like Patrick Swayze in that movie.
Yes. But you don't have to have any kind of pottery skills for it. Right. And then the last one is AR Workshops. That's actually located in Lawrenceville, right there on the square. And it's a little bit different from the other making workshops because you actually make home decor items. So if you're into Joanna Gaines and all that stuff, this is your thing.
Neat.
Yeah.
Instead of spending 3 hours shopping for one, you make it yourself.
Exactly. Instead of going to Hobby Lobby and buying one, you get to make your own. So you can choose a custom phrase. You can put your family's name, your child's name, whatever you want, and you make those big signs that are made out of the barn wood and things like that. So you break out power tools and everything, and you're like really making it.
I'm on the go, ready for that.
Yes.
That's cool. Now, escapism and escaping from somewhere sometimes. Escape rooms. Tell me, there's one of them I can't wait to do.
Yes, absolutely. And this is one that, what better date night than to get locked in a place with your date and have to work together to get out? Doesn't that sound like fun?
That could be.
Yeah, there's a couple places in Gwinnett where you can try out escape rooms. There's one right here in Peachtree Corners called Brainstorm Escape Rooms.
Right.
Then there's also Escape the Netherworld.
Now, that's the famous Netherworld?
That is the famous Netherworld. So Netherworld is a nationally ranked haunted house located right here in Gwinnett. Wow. So they are typically only open 2 or 3 months out of the year, but recently they've opened an escape game. So Netherworld is pretty high-quality, scary stuff.
Yeah.
So imagine all that stuff being trapped in the room with you and you're trying to get out.
They've been collecting movie props and all sorts of things like that. That would be scary to do that.
It's really, really cool. I've done it twice.
You want to bring that girl closer or that man closer, this is the place to
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun.
Be holding on to that person. Suwanee Creek Greenway.
Yes, so Suwanee Creek Greenway. Gwinnett has great parks. All the cities have great parks. But Suwanee Creek Greenway is special because they actually do free bike rental. So if you don't have a bike rack or a way to transport your bike from your home to a local park, you can just show up there, download the app, and they give you very specific instructions on the actual bike rack.
Real simple.
Real simple.
Okay.
You download the app. You do have to enter credit card information in case you try to steal the bike. Understandable.
Sure.
But other than that, you get 2 hours free bike rental. So you can imagine that's a really fun date night to go kind of exploring through the trails and things like that in
Suwanee. You can even do that on the spur of the moment and not worry that you don't have the bike rack or the bikes with you.
Exactly.
That
No
is neat.
excuses.
Yes, absolutely. So halfway through the list, we're at number 6 with Everett's Music Barn. That's an interesting story too, right?
If you're into live music, you'll love Everett's Music Barn. It's a very, very small little homegrown venue over in Suwanee near Old Town Suwanee. And so it's a little red barn, and they do live bluegrass music every Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
And it's not ticketed. They still pass the bucket all around the room, and you just drop your money in, and all the money goes directly to the band. And they have some pretty big bluegrass names that come out there regularly. Like I said, it's every Saturday night. It's actually something that's been going on for decades now in Gwinnett, and I'm still surprised a lot of people don't know about it. It actually grew from years and years ago. There was actually a police officer who was killed in the line of duty, and his family was the Everett family. So everyone from the community came out to their home and their barn, and they would bring food and they would play bluegrass music to kind of console the family. And it just kind of grew into this, like, every Saturday night there's bluegrass music at the barn.
It's almost like a family thing.
That's
what it feels like.
It is. It really feels like that.
And from an Italian, that almost feels like a family wedding where you're waiting until the end of the performance to add in that donation.
Exactly.
So cool, and you can tip even. Number 7 continues the music realm, and we're talking about Eddie Owen Presents.
Yes. As I mentioned before, if you're looking for live music in Gwinnett, it's definitely here. A lot of people don't know where to find it. But Eddie Owen Presents has been open in downtown Duluth for probably 5 or 6 years now. Okay. So Eddie Owen is famous from Eddie's Attic over in downtown Decatur, where he has helped make a lot of nationally known music acts, help them make their name. He's discovered a lot of people, or helped discover a lot of people. And he's doing the same thing over in Duluth now. So at Eddie Owen Presents, they do live music probably 2 to 3 nights a week.
I'm surprised. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Their calendar is really, really full. Wow. Most of their events are ticketed, so take a look at their website. But they do songwriters nights, open mic nights, and then they also just entertain a lot of different musical acts that are on tour and things like that.
Wow, that is cool. That's a great place to go, I'm sure. Slow Pour Brewery. Now, I didn't realize there's some of that in Gwinnett County.
There is some of that. We've waited a really long time. It's here. We have a brewery. Slow Pour is located in Lawrenceville. They're already really making a name for themselves. They've been open maybe about a year, but they are already securing a lot of distribution. They're in Fresh Market and things like that. They also won the Suwanee Beer Fest this year. They won the whole thing. So it's really good beer. It's not just, we have beer here. We have good beer here. So they're located, like I said, in downtown Lawrenceville. They're in a huge former auction house, a big brick building that they've renovated beautifully. It's a very casual atmosphere, so great for date night. There's a lot of couches and highboy tables and things like that. 2 bars to serve you. I think they have 5 or 6 different beers that they offer right now. I believe they do free tours. They also have board games and things like that, a large screen TV. So kind of, it's a really good place to just kind of relax and get to know someone and just have a good conversation.
Right. I have a nice home brewed beer from Gwinnett County. Number 9 on the list is river tubing.
Yes, $10 river tubing.
$10 river tubing. That's really cheap, actually.
It is. That's a great, like, if you're a little low on funds, but you're still trying to have a date night, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So for $10, you get 2 hours of river tubing. It's located over in Duluth off of Abbott's Bridge Road. So the $10 does include your life vest. It includes your shuttle because you jump in the Chattahoochee and you go down for 2 hours and float. Sorry. Don't just jump in. You float. And you ride for 2 hours, and then you get a shuttle that brings you back to the original location.
That's great. And you can pick that up anytime. I mean, some of these things are spur-of-the-moment stuff.
Yes, they're open every day.
Wow, that is cool. Last on the list, number 10, is Flashback Games.
Yes.
My wife, I think, would love this.
Okay, I'm an 80s baby, so I love this.
Yes.
I love vintage and old school stuff, so Flashback Games is my favorite. It's located actually in Loganville, and it's a full-on 80s themed arcade. So they play 80s music. They have a jukebox that only has 80s music, but they have all the large-size, old school Pac-Man type arcade games.
Wow. Miss Pac-Man, Invaders probably, and stuff like
all of that, and people just love it. Like even kids today, they love it. It's vintage. They like it, you know. The best part about it is you don't have to bring tons of quarters to play. You just pay $10.99, and that gets you a bracelet. The bracelet lets you play as many games as you want all day. They said even if you leave and you come back, as long as you still have your bracelet, you can continue to play games.
Even if you leave and come back, you can be there all day long. A marathon of games.
Exactly. They also have tables set up if you want to play card games with friends and things like that, or maybe meet some people there who want to play. You can do that as well. They have space for that.
That is cool. Monopoly. Those things you take hours on doing. So that's our top 10 list date night. There's no excuse. Bring your better half, or find a few people and just do several couples together and just go out and have a good time. Right? Thanks, Victoria. Appreciate you coming out. Explore Gwinnett's top 10 list, date night. Look out for the next one.
Join us every month for Explore Gwinnett's top 10 list on the Peachtree Corners Live podcast and website. See you next time.